This is a moment for your creative life.
Welcome to a new video from Creative Lifestyle with tips for the creative life that suits you. Today, I wanted to talk about the question of why creative people so often get stuck. They have so many ideas, and you think they could carry them all out. But precisely because they have so many ideas, sometimes they just don't know where to start. Or halfway through, they don't know where to find the time to finish it because other things in life need their attention again. Sometimes, while you're working on one thing, you suddenly get a great idea for something new, and you'd really rather do that instead, so your time goes there. There are all kinds of reasons why a creative person doesn't finish the projects. Well, here's the tip I have for that. I've made more than 100 books. What I do is I divide my week, my months, and my year into blocks. So if I think I want to make a children's book, then for example, I'll take every morning for a month to write it. And if it's not finished by then, I'll create a new block. If something else comes up, I just move the blocks around. For a novel, for example, I'll clear every morning for 2 months in a row. Of course, this is my job, so I don't have to go to an office first. But you could still free up all your weekends and weekend days for 2 months. A part of the day. So for me, a day is divided into three parts: morning, afternoon, and evening. In the morning, I do my creative work. And when I'm working on a novel, I take every morning for 2 months to write. Especially in the beginning, there are mornings when things don't really get going right away. Toward the end, though, things are moving so fast in my head that I start to get a bit rushed and have to remind myself, okay, slow down, take your time to tell everything calmly. And that's possible because I know these blocks are set aside for that. I have 3 hours every morning. So if I don't have any ideas, well, new ideas will come. And if I have too many ideas, well, now I have the time to calmly write out one of those ideas, and the rest can wait until tomorrow. So that helps. If you have a regular job, for example, you could do this on the weekend or on a set evening. Evenings are a bit harder to really get started because by then you're already tired, of course. And actually, for creative work, especially when you still have to fill a blank page with a lively story, it's good to choose to look for a time when your mind is awake. So the morning is a good time for that. Of course, the evening's fine too if you're a night owl, but don't force yourself to sit down right at 7, right after dinner. Maybe you don't start until 10 or 11 at night and keep going into the night, or maybe you just do an hour. But pick a time that suits you, that fits your own biorhythm, and when you feel somewhat refreshed. Because if you're already too tired, sure, you can force yourself through a passage once in a while. But then it really gets tough to keep coming up with fresh ideas while you're writing. Because even if you've mapped out your story really well in advance, actually creating the scenes, descriptions, and dialogues still means you need to be clear headed in the moment to pull it off. If you know that this week you're dedicating your creative time blocks to this project, then let all the ideas swirl around you. Those will all have to wait until the following week or the next month. And in my case, sometimes even the next year. And then you just make a list of all the projects you'd like to do. But at least this one project gets finished because you stick to the time blocks you reserved for it. So, with that, I just want to wish you a really great day. Take good care of yourself and your creativity.